Guys, welcome back to Owl003. Um, so today I want to go over some global news for the first week of May. So I like to mix it up because it gets kind of mundane. So this time what I tried to do is I tried to go for specifically, I'm looking for the top global news for May 1st through the 7th, okay? So, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so it's super noisy. But I found some interesting things here. I had an ideogram, so I have a life one. Right out of the gate, AOL, JFK. And I got a sense of exchange here. Okay, so I have this person with, I feel like is, just reminds me of like shredding documents, okay? And then some kind of document and then a pen, right? So I'm trying to pick up on the city, or the environment that's happening. I'm getting the city environment. AOL, a piece of legislature. AOL, defamation. Okay, so I have this guy coming down this target feels aggregate, so it probably involves multiple things, but this is what I'm seeing. This guy going down these steps. It has this very judicial kind of a vibe to it, this trial kind of vibe to it. So anyway, I get a Democrat in office. That was my AOL. But again, so aggregate. Okay, so AOL Biden. But so I have this guy up at making some kind of speech, okay? At like a boat platform in front of people. Okay, I'm getting foreign language speaking. Okay, I have a sense of censoring. A judiciary committee. Okay, I have a sense this feels acknowledged by the president, which I would assume president of the United States. Disciplinary. So I have my signal, Privatization Act, AOL supervisory. This feels judicial to me. Signing. So here's where it's kind of interesting to me. I have, what I wrote in my AOL is Warring Commission. I'm like, that's weird. So I kind of looked it up after I finished everything, and I couldn't find a Warring Commission, but I did find a Warren Commission, which revolves around Kennedy's death. Okay, so I have pragmatic behavior, communal wealth. I go on this second time. AOL Attorney General speech, blah, 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 blah. Okay, my AOL is ocular perception. Okay, so my sense is there's some kind of ambiance to this, is how this is going to be perceived to the public type of a vibe, okay? I feel a sense of retrieval. So I have this guy with the flag like in front of a fence, and I'm getting like, to me it feels like a demonstration, like people holding up signs and flags and maybe burning flags type of thing, okay? Signal border wars, AOL retreat. So again, I have this guy holding up a flag and like burning it, okay? And I have red lettering. Must be something in the sign or something. You get people like, it feels like a demonstration. Revolving what I feel might be what's being announced, okay? So I get a concept of social justice. Scaling walls. That should be an AWOL probably. Okay, so I get this guy again. He's going up to make this announcement or this speech about something, and I get this feeling like he feels like an outcast, and this feeling of burden. Um, and this, to me, it feels like this. What he's about to say is this burden. You know, like the bearer of bad news is what I have later on. Okay, this person is scared to make an announcement to Congress. Okay, military presence. Receiving trade agreement. AOL. Probably Signal, political chess game. Okay, so this feels progressive in some way. Okay, non-sustainable, and emancipation. So I'm getting the impression of an adverse reaction happening. So what I mean by that is something must have happened or been employed, and maybe there was some sense that it was going to go in a good way, and that it was like a rebound effect. Okay, so I get capabilities. This should be an AOL, weapons, treaty, or pact. Okay, because again, it's super noisy, so I don't trust this aspect here. Okay, signal, like a rivalry coming to a head. Stalemate. So again, this would be the first week of May. I have a secure feeling here. EI break, heartfelt. So when I probed into these people, the feelings I got was apoplectic, okay, about whatever's happening here. There it is. Okay, so again, I got this guy. It's like he's about to make a speech, and he's kind of hesitant. He feels decisive about it. AOL Chuck Schumer. But now a couple things spring to mind here. And again, this is all speculation. You know what I mean? Things like something about maybe the JFK assassination, or considering all the other stuff, maybe because there's also, I have the sense of the big kind of impression I got was decoupling. Okay, so whatever's going on here, this announcement, people don't seem to be very happy about. A document, a proposal, testimony. Okay. So again, I think that, my diagram was a life form, so I think the primary focus I was honing in on was this person, okay, making this announcement. So I have AOL, bearer of bad news, and signal, like distancing oneself from the problem. I have separatists. I have privatization of a landmass and internal conflict. Chaotic dispersal of military assets, like a propaganda campaign to end the war. So, again, with this decoupling, another thing comes to mind. Again, we have to wait and see what happens. Is if this relates to a decoupling of two countries. You know what I mean? Like maybe the deal fell through or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But I kept getting like a campaign of some sort. Okay, so abrupt decoupling, AOL freedom campaign, judiciary, AOL like reshaping the economy. So I get what is most pertinent to this target. something should be perceived. I get a sense of access. Signal, like access to foreign government. Freedom fighters. AOL signal, Russian burial. Okay, I get a brigade. Like the economic downfall of a foreign government official. It's pretty specific. Foreign assets and wealth. Okay, so I get to show me the feedback image of this event, and I get this promotional AOL gold bond assessments. Okay, a stagnant economy, surplus, a propaganda campaign. I kept getting this cultural aspect, cultural recognition. AOL rising cost of living team. Okay, so I get volatile expansionists and an economic proposal. So going through it, it seems like this is, more and more, it's some kind of economic situation that goes south to me. But so I tried to decipher propaganda campaign in my stage 5. And I had trial lawyers, absolution, vendetta, closure, dominant venture capital, foreclosure. Subjects, correction, substitution, allocation, reverence, and trial. Trial, evidence, interest rates, and monetary solution. Okay, so this is my summary. Okay, first past the target, I'm picking up on a male standing around documents. This target feels to revolve around a Democrat politician. The surrounding environment feels very much like a city. I have a male walking down an aisle with a prepared speech. This feels judicial. I have feelings of censoring acknowledged by the president and has a disciplinary feel to it. I have the impression of the signing of a document, pragmatic behavior, and communal wealth. Second pass, again, a speech. This has an aggregate feel. People are burning flags here. People here feel apoplectic. I'm getting impressions of economic freedom and a socialist country having some significance here. Someone here, likely the primary life, feels like an outcast, a feeling of burden from the man who is about to make an announcement to Congress. Something about this feels progressive in a nature. Something about this feels progressive in nature and unsustainable. Okay, third pass, a feeling of transitioning. People holding signs, flags. This feels demonstrative. Again, a man ready to make a statement. He feels hesitant or resistant to make a document, a proposal, internal conflict, and the privatization of a landmass all come to mind here. This feels abrupt, a feeling of decoupling and access. Foreign assets and wealth, volatile expansionists, and an economic proposal. So that's what I got, guys. So we'll just have to see what drops out. Keep an eye out for the first week of May, 1st through the 7th. We'll see if it comes to fruition. So please remember to like, subscribe, and share my content. If you support the channel, please buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com so I can make more content like this. And then also, if you need any remote viewing done, the instructions there are posted in the hyperlink. And we'll catch you next time on Owl 003, guys.